Hi, good evening. This is Gerald Johnson with Ride the Wind. It is 9/23, 2019. I got to be real quick. I'm short on memory. I don't know what's going on, but I'm working on the problem. Remember, I am in the Ozarks. Probably if I really got hurt, I'd need to be helicoptered out of here. And up till a few weeks ago, I work with a broken phone. That's how I do all my research. It's where I get all my information. It's what any of y'all can do. Up the street, I have a very teeny library. For those of you who don't like to study, most libraries are a big house, right? Got windows, got a lot of books inside. I say that to the channels out there who still aren't verifying what they're talking about. And it sickens me because some people are going to get hurt. But that's another video. Jackson's hanging around. I want you to know that. And he's okay, but I'm getting tired of him hanging around. It's a little joke there. Oh, who'd I bring to? But I hear he's not a vegetarian, and I'm not going with that. Okay, at all. Oh, look what he's doing by himself. Look what Jesus made him do. Anyway, that's not to be funny, because me and the higher order on good terms, and I in no way, shape, or form did that joke to discredit what lies above and what put the cheer in our hearts and the empathy to care about each other. And I think that's what this whole life is all about, is how much love you can give. Okay, so let's get by that. Let's talk about real quick where my journey began. It began 5 years ago, but in 2017, and you guys know this already, I gave my keys to my apartment to my neighbor after coming out of college as a National Merit Scholar. 4.0 GPA. Okay, so I do know kind of what I'm talking about and how to research. That goes to new subs, and much love to you guys. Much love. Man, I can't see who you are because my comments get blocked. My old subs know this. Some get through, most don't. I used to email out videos upon request because I don't want to be responsible for anybody jumping off a cliff, okay? I've got 200 blocked emails that are to go to subs, queued, and have been sitting there queued. How long, gang? 2 months, right? Anyway, for the few that get through, thank you for talking to me. Thank you for all trying to talk to me. Sometimes doing it twice, and I know that's a pain in the ass, or maybe 3 times it does get through, okay? But I tried on the Gmail. I tried on other accounts. I looked at other accounts, which are basically tied to Microsoft. So where am I going there, right? Right in the same corner, right in the same rat hole, and I'm down enough rat holes. Okay, I'm going at the end of the month, I'm going back up into the mountains. My health doesn't really permit it, but the only way I can get my health back is to go back. I can't stand being in this supposed recoup room bungalow anymore at all. I can't stand being with society anymore. I have to get away. I have to find out who Daryl is so I can relay proper information and do the proper research to bring you 100% truth. 99.9. Let's go with me on that one. Okay. Today's the 23rd. 9/23/2017. The planets aligned. Virgo gave birth to Jupiter, which is actually Enki. Enki, do your homework. E-N-K-E, Anunnaki God. Okay? Gave birth to Jupiter, the Messiah. So I'm still working on it. The jury is out on that. When I find out, and it's not a kangaroo jury, but the jury's out on that. When I find out what is real, I will let you know. But for now, we're just going to go with that which is highest, the elephant, the Messiah, is what exited Virgo's womb after 9 months gestation. Planets had never lined up before. I split out of Fort Worth about 3 days before. Okay, I gave my key to a neighbor. I said, take everything I have, leather furniture, home theater system, 51 flat end screen. I can go on $9,000 worth of furniture, overloaded my bike, got on my bobber, and headed to the Ozarks to find out who I was and what was going on, because I'd been watching this and traveling around for already 2 years. And the only way I could do it was coming to mountains. They are my power. They are my inner strength. They're your inner strength. They are the pyramid. So let's get by that. And it just hit me today is the 23rd. And I'm very proud of what I've accomplished. I'm very proud of what I know you all have gone through and accomplished in the last, say, 4 years, the last 2 years, the last 1 year, the last 1 day, if you just woke up. So we're going to get these songs real quick, okay? I don't have time to talk. The song is called The Zempest, and it's spelled with a 7 E-M-P-T-E-S-T. I'm sorry, I'm still having a little bit of mental, Okay. Zempest by Tool. I recommend you listen to it, but it's heavy stuff. It's heavy music, but lyrically, it's genius. Okay. Heat lightning flash, but don't blink. Misleading. Tranquility ruse. You're gonna happen again. That's what I think. Follow the evidence. Look it dead in the eye. You are the darkness trying to lull us in before the havoc begins. Do you know who I'm talking about? Our leaders. Trying to lull us in before the havoc begins. In a dubious state of serenity. Acting all surprised when you're caught in a lie. We know better. It's not unlike you. It's not unlike you. We know your nature. Okay? Blame it all on the bastards when you're blowing out. That means I'm disappearing. So let me repeat that. Blame it all on the bastards, and that's us, okay? When you're blowing out. Shame on you now. No amount of wind could begin to cover up your pestilent stench and demeanor. Calm as cookies and creams. Calm as cookies and creams, so it seems. We're not buying your dubious state of serenity. Acting all surprised when you're caught in a lie. We know better. It's not unlike you. Calm before the torrent comes. Calm before the torrent comes. Calm before the torrent comes. Calm before the tempest comes to rain all over. Disputing intentions invites devastation. A tempest must be true to its nature. A tempest must be just that. A tempest must be just that. Control your delusion. Insane and striking at random. Victim of your own certainty. She's not going to win on this one, gang. Victim of your own certainty, and therefore your doubts not an option. Blameless, the tempest will be just that. So try as you may, feeble your attempts to atone, the words to erase all the damage cannot. A tempest must be just that. A tempest must be just that. And I lost the page. Last one I'm going to do here, I hope I got time, is called Eat the Elephant. The elephant being a Sioux. For those of you who've just tuned in, the Hebrews put the vowel markings in, the J and the S. Okay? His name is a Sioux. I highly recommend that you translate on detect dialect, and you type in a Sioux. It will come back and say, I am. Now, I'm receiving that also from Dr. Scott. He didn't teach me how to do what I just did. I figured that one out on my own. And I did code on a previous video, look it up. But it's very scary stuff. What I state about crucifixion, that it not occurring, that Judas took the bullet, that he ascended. Gospel of Barnabas, who is a supposed writer of the Bible, which I verified in Wikipedia last night. How come his story's not in there? He states very clearly that he ascended, Judas took the bullet. The highest power, the eagle, created the commandment, thou shalt not kill, to protect his son. I will never allow a bone in my son's body to be broken. Now, is there any father out there that would allow his son to be humiliated, tortured, and then killed? There's not a human person that would allow that to happen, let alone a God. He could have split the earth. So do your due diligence. Look up Christ was not crucified, and you'll come out about inch and a half tall stack of scripture between Asu and Abba, okay, where they're specifically speaking not false doctrines of man who rewrote it, but where they're specifically speaking to each other. I will be protected in my Father's pavilion. Look it up. It goes on and on. And Barabbas was mad because he thought Asu should have hung around and took the bullet. I'll leave it at that. Dr. Scott McQuaid, PhD, seminary school. Okay. Looming omnipresent. This is called Eat the Elephant. And it's by Perfect Circle. Same guy who wrote the last song, but a different band. Looming omnipresent. This task ahead, this task at hand. Ominous and daunting. Crippling undertaking. I'm frozen. Where to begin eludes me. That remind you guys of anything? Without you to remind me. Now just take the step, just take the swing, just take the buy, just go all in. Where to begin eludes me. Ruling ever deeper. This massive endeavor. Ominous and daunting. Crippling undertaking. Just take the step, just take the swing, just take the buy, just go all in. Take the step, take the swing, take the buy, just take the buy. Take the step, take the swing, take the buy, just go all in. Where to go eludes me without you here to remind me. I'm going to finish this with some words to a song called This Is the Time. This I can quote from my head. It's by a band called Nothing More. These bands are highly awake, and I call them our prophets. Our prophets. Our prophets. Okay? Anchored in anger, we excel ourselves. Bitter blood builds our prison cells. He'd be referring to FEMA there. Darkened water now fills our lungs. The depths of our hearts have blacked the sun. I saw things this morning. I saw something creating telemetric patterns on trees. I was watching a sun simulator, big black dot in the middle, really, really dark behind it, but we won't go through that. But I'm waiting for it to do its flashing thing like they all do, turning on and off and trying to cover things, right? And there's these two trees that are sitting on the beach. They start to have telemetry patterns appearing within them. If you know what a telemetry pattern is, it's two lines that give direction to, say, like a jet. And then squares that have numbers and human digits. These did not. These did not, okay? They were in red, they were in green, they were in blue, okay? I've only seen this one other time about a year ago, Bausch Airfield in Switzerland, and they actually went up into the sky and they covered the airfield. They kept flashing. I've been to this airfield 1,000,000 times watching a certain something come through. another video, okay? You guys know about it. Some of you have gotten the video where the red thing, the red asteroid, which I think is him, comes in riding on a cloud, okay? Actual telemetry patterns began appearing on the airfield. The exact same thing. They were red, yellow, green, okay? No human numbers, okay? No human numbers. These were created by I don't know what, but telemetry patterns for you laymen, again, are what jets follow, what planes follow, okay? That keep them in line, okay? Are you getting me on this? Let me tell you also that there is still a 1.5 mile long ship that is sitting above Kigoshima, Mount Kigoshima in Japan. And it cloaks itself in blue. It's still there. It even seems bigger and clearer. You can clearly see 2 stacks coming up out of it now. It shoots out little black probes. The sky flashes pink. Oh, it's something to see. And it's something different when you're on these cams live, right? And you see this live. Permanently changes you. But if I send you a video, you're seeing it secondhand. If you've got my videos, and there's a lot of you people that have, and you know I'm real deal. Real deal. And you know if I put up what I have, I would scare this nation if I had the subs. Okay? So that's why I don't, but I'm really, really twisting on how to do that right now because they're going to pop through the blue within 6 months, and we're going to have primordial chaos. And we're going to see how inhuman humans can be. We're going to see if we're evil or divine. We're going to see if we're evil or divine. I want y'all to ride the wind. Last thing I want to say is this was also, besides my son, who is my heart, soul, and my love, and my only purpose to be on this planet. Number 1 is that boy, Dakota. I call him Coda. He was born on my birthday. We are Geminis. We share the same mind. He is me, but he's having a very hard time getting his head around what's happening, even with me as a teacher. If I sat down with any of you, it would take me 4 months, 6 months to run classes to get everything that's trapped in here. I'll pray for you. Please pray for me. Let's fight for strength, and let's understand that Michael came 10-10. That was the beginning of the Peace of Trumpets last year, and he scrubbed what he did. 155 mile an hour winds, Cat 5. They reported it as Cat 4, lower miles per hour. I remember it from last year. I watched a documentary on last night, and that thing was living hell. Now, it came in on the beginning of the Peace of Trumpets, which 10-9, 10-10, I believe is the Peace of Trumpets. And Michael, the Archangel, did his thing. Ride the wind. I thank you, new subs, man. Thanks a lot for being there. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you. I'll work my ass off to bring you truth. I always do. My people know that. Don't leave me, people. Stay with me because you complete me. I want you to have a blessed evening. I'm sorry to do this so late, but I screwed it up about 3 times. And I've told you how much stress these videos put on me. I'd rather play in front of 50,000 people. Anyway, have a good night. And ride the wind always.